Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us for week 3 weekly financial tips provided to you in relation to COVID-19. I'm Kelly Green with Centric, and we have our partner here, Casey Messer, joining us today. And we're excited to share with you some new tips this week that are absolutely related to your stimulus checks. I know a lot of you have probably heard some information surrounding this particular topic, and as promised from last week, Casey is going to provide some tips to us in relation to the stimulus checks and how it'll benefit your financial future. So, Casey?
Yes, so I'm going to share a lot of information with you guys, but it's very good. It's a lot of things about eligibility. How do you receive your payments? When we're talking about these economic impact payments, I know families across the country are anxiously awaiting these. So let me just share a little bit with you. First of all, eligibility. So are you eligible for this stimulus payment? Who gets to receive this? So for single families, individuals, it's going to range from about 75,000 to 150. And so if you fall in between that, you are eligible. All of these things are online as well as I go through this. Also, a lot of folks are asking if they receive Social Security, if they are going to be eligible to receive payment, and that is a yes as well. So you can go on to hnrblock.com and actually calculate the amount that you will receive, but it is going to be about $1,200 for individuals and $2,400 for married couples. Also, $500 for each child, so it's a huge addition. A lot of question is around how you will receive this payment. So via direct deposit or check are the two ways that the IRS is sending this out. So if you filed a 2019 tax return and you used your bank account information for that, you will receive that payment via direct deposit. If you did not and you opted for a check, if you got a return, they will be sending those out as well. It just may take a little bit longer than direct deposit. The IRS has put an update on their website that they will be adding in a portal for you to actually go in and update your banking account information if you did not do that before. So that's a plus because anyone who uses direct deposit is going to receive their benefit faster. And so that is an easy way to do that. You just reach out to your financial institution for your account and routing number, and you input that, and then the IRS just will directly put that payment into your checking account. So very easy to do, something that is highly recommended, of course. So if you're not typically required to file a tax return, if you have a 1099 or anything like that, all of these forms will be eligible and will, as long as you're eligible to receive the payment, you will still receive that. So I know there's some questions circulating that. One of the things that is new to me, one of the updates that I received was that there will be a letter going out stating that you are eligible to receive the payment, and it will state how you are going to receive the payment. This is going to be about 15 days after the payment is paid. So if for some reason you didn't receive payment, this letter is going to go over with you what to do. If for any reason you receive a letter and you don't believe it's from the IRS, please go to their website so that you can look through that and really just protect yourself against scams. I know we talked about that last week. All right, so as we talk about this with direct deposit and checks, if you are receiving a check for anything, especially for this stimulus payment, there are several different ways in which you can deposit that check. And I'm going to turn that back over to Kelly to talk to us a little bit about that, maybe an ATM or even using your mobile app for that. This is just a great way to get your funds deposited so that you can use them faster.
Yes, thank you so much, Casey, for that. I know a lot of us right now are really trying to follow the orders of the CDC in social distancing and the stay-at-home order that's been issued by President and also our governor. So there are a couple of things that you can do if you are receiving your stimulus check. If you're receiving that by mail, there are a few ways that you can actually deposit that check at home. You can download the MyCentric mobile app, and you can deposit your check using the option Remote Deposit capture. In fact, it's just a little bitty icon located inside of the MyCentric mobile app that states deposit. You'll choose deposit and you simply take a picture of the front of your check. Then you flip the check over. On the back, be sure to endorse it just as your name is listed in the paid to order field on that item. And then once you've endorsed that check, you can make a deposit just by taking a picture of the front and the back. Now, if you'd like to make a deposit at our ATMs are available 24/7, and we accept deposits at any time. In addition, we do have our drive-thrus are available, and they are open. If you would like to deposit your paper check through the drive-thru, those are your options as well. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, Kelly. We want to share with you guys a few ways that you can really benefit from the stimulus check and how to use that payment really to benefit your financial future. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about, make sure that you're in contact with your financial institution or anybody that you just have a financial obligation to. Find out if there's a skip a pay or any kind of deferment that you may be eligible for. This is really just going to help you, stretch whatever money you do have coming in right now and really make it work for your family. So I encourage you to do that. I know Centric has several options for you, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. The next thing is to make a budget. So most of us have a regular budget, just something simple, right? We just keep everything in order and we create a plan for our money. Right now, things may look a little bit different for you. And so just look at what you have coming in monthly, list your expenses, and then also break it down into a weekly budget. And that's going to help you stay on track. This budget that we're mentioning, we have several tools online available for you if this is something new, or if you just need a good resource to input your stuff into. We do have budgets online that you can input your information into. Next is to create an emergency fund. So if you've ever tried to make a budget and it didn't work, this might be the reason why. An emergency fund is going to back up everything that you create a plan for. So we plan all the time. Things happen throughout the week, throughout the month, especially during this time. And so an emergency fund is just going to protect that budget that you've set up for yourself. Of course, $1,000 is recommended. So look at things that you might could cut back on to create that $1,000. Use the stimulus check as a way to establish that. This is a great time to do that and just protect your budget. The next thing is paying down debt. So take advantage of this time where there are rate reductions and just really take any extra that you have and pay down that debt. Your future self is going to thank you. This is going to free up more monthly money, more monthly income for you. We recommend that you pay those off smallest to largest. So just take the smallest debt that you have, put everything towards that, and then move on to the next one. This is called the snowball method. This is recommended to us by Kelly Brantley. She's a Dave Ramsey certified counselor. So she and Dave, they recommended that to us, and it's worked well. So these are just a few ways that the stimulus check could just benefit your financial future and help you grow with that.
Thank you so much for sharing those tips. And I know, especially during this time, things like if you've been faced with unemployment, even too, if say you've got medical expenses, things that have risen now at this point where you may not have the additional funds to cover those things, the stimulus check is that particular option for you to get your family back on your financial track. And I would just highly encourage you, if you would like to speak with someone about this, we have over 30 financial counselors that can help you. Casey mentioned our resources where we can help you build a budget online, and those options are even available to you 24/7. You visit mycentric.org and choose financial education, financial wellness from our website, and you'll see all those resources that are located there. So there's many, many ways right now in which you should be able to really understand where you are financially, but even too, I've even needed to speak to a financial counselor prior to our education and prior to our financial certification. One of the best things I ever did was speak to a financial counselor, and there is no harm in that. It doesn't cost you anything but just a few minutes, and we can conduct that by phone or even online. So I'm actually going to stop sharing our particular screen right now, and we're going to move on to a couple of other topics too that have A lot of our members have been talking about unemployment, and Casey's got some really great tips for us to know that if you are interested in applying for unemployment, we have some quick tips available for you, and they'll also be linked on our website for you to directly apply if you haven't done so at this time.
Thank you, Kelly. Applying for unemployment, this is something that a lot of families have never been faced with. And so this information is very helpful. It's a lot of things that you need to know, some things that you may be familiar with. So I'm just going to kick it off with saying to file for unemployment, you must no longer be working through no fault of your own. So especially during this time, if COVID-19 has impacted your job in any way and you're no longer able to work, you're eligible to file for unemployment. Another way is just that your work hours have been reduced. So that also makes you eligible to apply. So to register, you do need quite a bit of your information. Just make sure you have your Social Security number on hand, the name, address, and telephone number of any place that you've worked in the last 24 months. Okay, so the last 2 years, wherever you've worked, that information is required. Make sure you enter that exactly as it appears on your check stub, the name and the local number of the union hall if you're in a union, and of course the valid email address. This is the way that they communicate back and forth with you. It's a good thing to have. So the most important part is receiving benefits. So how do you receive benefits? It is highly encouraged to choose direct deposit as your payment method. The other payment methods just are not as quick. Direct deposit is a way for you to have all those benefits put directly into your bank account, and then you're able to use your debit card and all the resources that you normally have when you have access to your money. So again, you will need your account and routing number for that. If you need any of that information, you can contact us, but that is going to be the quickest way to earn those benefits. Like Kelly said, you can go online and apply for this. We'll share all those links with you. But that is just some of the information, the bulk of it. You can read a lot more on those websites. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you so much for that. And one thing I will just mention too in reference to receiving those benefits, if you need your account and your routing number, if you're logged into your online banking, even inside on a desktop computer or even on a mobile app, one thing I want to share with you is that that is just your member number. That is not your checking account number. So you will definitely want to contact us and we can give you that full information for your safety and for your privacy. We don't disclose that full entire account number in your online banking preferences. So please give us a call. We are available 24/7 and we can provide that to you. Absolutely. Well, I hope that you guys have enjoyed these tips today. Casey, you've done a great job in providing this information to all of us. For our community partner employees that are watching, we miss you desperately. We wish we could be face to face, and we are looking forward to the next time that we can see you. For our members who employers are not participating in our Live Better employment program, we urge you to please reach out. We have several testimonies from employees and also employers of how Live Better, our financial wellness program, has really and truly benefited their workforce. And so, as you know, just as taking care of your physical health, your financial health is just as important. So please feel free to reach out to us at mycentric.org. You may also contact us by phone at 318-340-9656. We thank you so much for joining us for our weekly tips edition, and we look forward to seeing you sometime this next week about the same time. So thank you very much. We hope you all stay well and healthy.